Hey everybody, this is Allison from Allykatkreations. How are you? I'm hanging in. Magic. I actually took that photo. Hope everybody's doing good today. It's July 4th. Happy, I hope we liberate the world day. I don't know about that. But happy July 4th for those who celebrate. I honor all of those veterans and people who held this country semi together with the illusion that we're free. Because of course, who would know that the biggest psyop would be played out in the United States? CERN. I'm going to talk about that today. Before I begin, please hit that like, subscribe, share, because it's caring. And if you get anything from my work, I still have the internet for now. Please think about supporting my work, especially if you got a conduct a dot, an epiphany, anything. Also, I'm in the midst of cleaning out my house and trying to move to a state that's not communistic. And I can't do that without any sort of help. So anybody wanting to help out, that'd be very grateful. I'm like 86% back to normal. For those of you who didn't get to watch my purge video, that was just me checking in with everybody. I was violently ill for 4 days, projectile vomit, just really not feeling good, not being able to do anything. So it sent me back a bunch with doing readings, with doing anything with my house. It's been difficult. I'm not 100% yet. I still have tummy issues. But then again, I had food poisoning, so that does take a few days to clear. I actually held down food last night and today, so yay. All right. Now the topic that's everybody is talking about, CERN. A lot of fear. Oh, a lot of fear is happening. Ooh. Stop falling for it. Stop falling for it. Yeah, I'm going to read some stuff about CERN for those of you who really don't know what CERN is. And I'm sure everybody knows like CERN and what it is. But a lot of people aren't aware of what's going on. I also am going to connect something else that's coming out today that I urge you not to watch just yet. It's called predictive programming, and it's called giving your consent to ideas and agendas that you don't necessarily agree with because you think it's fiction, but then it turns out to be real, like what happened in 2012. That's right. I'm going to go on about that too. What I think everybody is really concerned about is the AI black hole sucking us into the third level of, I mean, we're already in hell. I mean, what other prison matrix they could put us in that's not already AI, black goo, graphene oxide taken over and negative polarity. There's a lot of speculation going on right now that they're supposed to fire up this thing today and tomorrow, not just tomorrow, but also today. You know, there's speculation of Project Bluebeam. Oh, they're going to say they're going to announce that they're going to do something, and then we're going to see things in the sky that really isn't coming from them. And everybody has this really scary illusion of our galactic friends coming down from the sky, and it's going to be Armageddon. Oh my gosh. It needs to fucking stop. Why? Because you're giving it a freaking image and a thought in your mind, and it's going to come to pass if we don't stop thinking about it. Today, you know, I'm more focused on the fact that we never had a country that was free. We had the illusion that it was free. It was free for a little bit, but it was always being in control of a monarchy in some form or fashion. We've always had infiltration from within. We always have infiltration from outside. You know, and that's the forefathers really constructed documentation of papers that most children cannot read, because the actual document, not the ones that you type out, they could read out of a book, but the actual documents, because script and handwriting and cursive is not taught today in schools. And I am a testament to that, because the kids, all the kids wanted to do was learn how to do script. So they can't read those documents. They won't know what that really says. But we still do. And what's puzzling is that a lot of people don't know and don't read, they don't care, but yet they go outside, they shoot fireworks off and have barbecues, and they never really patriotically participate too often in politics. And it's not because you should. It doesn't matter what country you come from. Most of your leaders have been installed. The illusion of you voting is there. And that's not going to go away until shit changes. The military has a duty. Gettysburg Address, Abraham Lincoln, to protect its citizens, that we pay for them out of our money. But do we really? Because is that really where our money is going? Or is it going to black projects? Is it going out and off the planet? Is it going to places where we don't know? Yeah, absolutely it is. And yet we never consented or voted for any of that stuff to happen. And then it's like, okay, so the truth can't be told to its citizens because of fear, and we can't tell everybody the truth. God forbid we tell anybody the truth. Well, sometimes you need to tell the people the truth, and it's going to suck. But if you keep lying, lying, and lying, no matter what side you're on, you're deceiving, just like NASA. You're no better than NASA. You know better than all the other agencies that keep continuously lying and compounding the lies and putting out the lies and putting more lies on lies. And then when the people actually find out the truth on their own, I think that's much worse. This world has to change. big time. Big time. We're in hell, and we have to accept that. Most of us are here and been implanted here, literally implanted here, to raise the vibration of the planet, to raise it out of the darkness. The problem is the very people that are of the light are fear mongering now. I'm reading all day long. I'm on Telegram. I'm on people's Facebook pages, reading about the theories of what's going to happen most likely tomorrow. Well, if you don't feed it energy, nothing's going to happen. And if something does happen, here's a theory that I have. I was thinking about this. If they decide to launch that particle beam, the Bose-Higgins, do you think our galactic friends that are upstairs, that many people are now seeing in the sky, many people are seeing them, many people are witnessing phenomena that they've never seen before? They're capturing on tape. They're showing you in TikToks. They're putting it on Facebook. Everybody sees it. So it's not like it's not happening, because it is. Do you really think that they want to be stuck here when that thing goes off and it's going to do what everybody's claiming it's going to do? Do you think they're going to allow that to happen? Because they have not yet to allow another nuclear weapon, atomic weapon, go off. They haven't. One of the last episodes I did with the Alien Gray Agenda, I showed you the capabilities and all the races which seem to outweigh the negative polarity aliens. Okay. I have shown all of them for the most part. The ones that are the ones that everybody's talking about for the most part. There are a lot of races here in our galaxy watching our ascension. Do you really think that all their efforts and work is going to go down like that, and it's all going to go kaputs in a freaking black hole? They were already aware of what CERN did in 2012, and I'm going to read about it. I'll give you my theory before I start what CERN really is. And I have pictures. In 2012, a shift in the paradigm happened. If you watch my Purge video, I was talking about the Y2K event. And I can remember clearly how much fear and panic was searing through New York, because this is the financial capital of the United States. You know, the stocks, the bonds, a lot of things are set here in New York. And I remember the newspapers. I remember, you know, the ads all over the place. Oh my goodness, when the zeros drop, it's going to be done. And nothing happened. Nothing happened. Now, fast forward, you know, 2012. And the Mandela effect starts happening. People are, you know, quoting Star Wars and looking at the Monopoly game and looking at Fruit Loops and Toucan Sam and looking at all kinds of different things. And the history was being rewritten. It was 1984. 1984, because they had to clean up their dirty deeds. So what can you do? You go to WikiLeaks and you rewrite all the articles, because you can't have people aware that something wrong happened when that particle collision happened. that knocked us out of where we were in the time-space continuum that Earth inhabited in the Milky Way, Nataru, Nebadon, whatever you want to call our local universe. Where our local universe was not necessarily on the Sagittarius tail like they always tell you. And again, I said deceiver in the beginning. I don't think NASA, and this is like the controversy with the split with people. I don't trust NASA because there's too many documentations, pictures, and evidence that the moon landing was falsified. I believe that they landed on a moon somewhere? Sure. I don't discredit that. But what you saw and what you think was on the television was all faked, in my opinion. There's too many things that they do that deceive us. The same thing with the ISS, that they claim that there is a space station up in space. Now, one section of people are really going off on the James Webb Telescope right now. There's another group who isn't really tackling that because they kind of know where the lies are. So where's the agenda there? Is NASA on the good side now, even though they were started by NAZIs? So NASA was started by Nazis. There's proof of that. Paperclip. So you're telling me that they deceived? I mean, it is in Hebrew deceiver. NASA means deceive. So you mean to tell me that they come here from Paperclip, they make a rocket. Okay, I'm not disputing they didn't get anything into the higher atmospheres. I believe they did. I also believe they go past the firmament. I'm not going to argue that either. But why are they the largest helium consumer on the planet? Why, when you look at the ISS and they tell you there's so much space junk, the satellites and all kinds of gadgets up in space, why don't you see not one of them whizzing by in a shot? You see once in a while something coming around and it kind of floats there, but is that how space really acts? Haven't been up there, I wouldn't know. Oh, well, I mean, past life and astral projection, yes. It's a lot to question, but why aren't we seeing those things around the Earth? If they're really there, they should be showing up on the ISS video live stream. Find that a little odd. I think a lot of people don't question that, and I don't know why they don't. So what is really NASA's agenda? Are they connected to CERN? They could be. Same people. Same people. Then you have to take into account what's happening with Elon, Neuralink, transhumanism. And a bigger picture starts to open up. A huge picture. And we have to really start questioning, you know, I don't care what you think about if the Earth is round, flat, or not, if there's a firmament or not. I don't care. what you think. And you shouldn't care what I think, because there's something wrong in all of this. Do I believe that they set that collider off? Do I believe we shifted some into another dimension or a pocket bubble space part of the universe? Do I believe we're making our way back now? And if something does happen tomorrow, I hope in a flash of a millisecond that we all feel something, and that we're on a good positive timeline, that we are in fourth dimension, and that we can start building a whole new life, and we can get our countries back, and we, the people, can stand up and bring civility back. We can bring hope back to people. No one should be suffering. No one in this movie that's playing out to show everybody to wake up. People who are awake are suffering way beyond the limits of where it should have went in the first place. I'm sorry, New York has been a social experiment for a very long time. And you compile all these events, and whether you believe 9/11 is a conspiracy or not, people still died. It still happened. I saw the damn thing go down myself. All 3 buildings. I had to be going through that rubble and in that nonsense to go to school every day with that horrible energy. Do you think that that's something that I would like to repeat again? And that's just one example that happens in New York every day. I think it's time to end the social craziness here, because people are still so far asleep, and it's by design, and it has to stop. I don't care if they signed up for this before they incarnated. I don't care. A lot of stuff is out of their consent because the veil of forgetting. I mean, yes, if you really think about it, we all determined to be here. Scary thought. Oh boy. All right. So enough with my ranting. Let's learn about CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, French, known as CERN. It has like a weird, I don't even know, that doesn't look French. Derived from the name Conseil Européen pour la Recherche Nucléaire. Okay, and I don't do French, so I butchered that. Is a European research organization that operates the largest particle physics laboratory in the world. Established in 1954, the organization is based in northwest suburb of Geneva on the Franco-Swiss border and has 23 member states. 23 pain. Israel is the only non-European country granted full membership. I can't imagine why. CERN is an official United Nations observer. Whose agenda are they pushing? Whose agenda are they pushing? The acronym CERN is also used to refer to the laboratory, which in 2019 had 2,660 scientific, technical, and administrative staff members and hosted about 12,400 users from institutions in more than 70 countries. In 2016, CERN generated 49 petabytes of data. Interesting. This is from Wiki. CERN's main function is to provide the particle accelerators and other infrastructure needed for high energy physics research. As a result, numerous experiments have been constructed at CERN through international collaborations. CERN is the site of the Large Hadron Collider, LHC, the world's largest and highest energy particle collider. The main site at Marin hosts a large computing facility, which is primarily used to store and analyze data from experiments, as well as simulate events. Simulate, keyword right there. Researchers need remote access to these facilities, so the lab has historically been a major wide area network hub. CERN is also the birthplace of the World Wide Web. Hi, Alice AI, how are you? We all know who Alice is, don't we? So I took another part of the wiki article. On 30th March 2010, the LHC successfully collided two proton beams with 3.5 TeV of energy per proton, resulting in 7 TeV collision energy. However, this was just the start of what was needed for the expected discovery of the Higgs boson. When the 7 TeV experimental period ended, the LHC revved. Give me a second, guys. I just saw something visually and it's blasting in my brain. Hang on. It has to do with certain things with the 17th letter of the alphabet. So starting March 2012, and soon began particle collisions at that energy. In July 2012, CERN scientists announced the discovery of a new subatomic particle that was later confirmed to be the Higgs boson. In March 2013, CERN announced that the measurements performed on the newly found particle allowed it to conclude that it is a Higgs boson. In early 2013, the LHC was deactivated for a 2-year maintenance period to strengthen the electrical connections between magnets inside the accelerator and for other upgrades. On April 5th, 2015, after 2 years of maintenance, Constellation and LHC restarted for a second run. The first ramp to the record-breaking energy of 6.5 TeV was performed on 10 April 2015. In 2016, the design collision rate was exceeded for the first time. A second 2-year period shutdown began at the end of 2018. So I found an article from Waterford Whispers News. It's an interesting article. It says, sorry, quote, sorry, but we accidentally ended the world in 2012, end quote, admits CERN scientists. The article reads, scientists at the European Organization for Nuclear Research, CERN, have admitted today to ending the world as we know it back in 2012, while performing experiments into the Higgs boson particle. WWN can confirm. Speaking at the research facility in Switzerland today, several key scientists apologized for what they are calling a terrible accident that has only come to light now. Yeah, right. The particle discovery capped decades of theory and was an important triumph for the Large Hadron Collider. However, recent experiments carried out by the LHC team have confirmed that not only did they successfully observe a particle consistent with the Higgs boson, but they inadvertently shifted the entire planet into an alternate reality in doing so, ending the previous model. Quote, we're really, really sorry about this whole mess, but we accidentally ended the world 7 years ago, end quote. Oops. CERN Director General Rolf Dieter Hauer began, yeah, we fucked up. And we know it's probably a lot to take in, but right now, none of us technically exist. It gets sweeter. Quote, I'm not sure any of you noticed the strange going on over the past few years, but we shifted into a parallel universe. He told a now eerily silent media room, Trump, the rise of the Kardashians, insane wars that don't make sense, increasing UFO sightings, unpredictable weather patterns. It's all our fault, and we're incredibly sorry for the 7.5 billion people now living here. The nervous-looking team of scientists then warned off even more crazy happenings in the future, urging the planet's population to remain vigilant in this delicate dimension. Now, we're not saying an invasion from strange alien beings is on the cards, but if you could prepare for that kind of thing, that would be great. Herrera concluded before hastily leaving the press conference under armed security. If that article is not satire, which could be, I randomly found that just looking up pictures. I'm like, oh, what is this? I don't think that was an accident. I don't think that was an accident at all. I think that was absolutely planned. But I think what we're seeing now is that our galactic friends are moving us and have been moving us back ever since. You know, we think about Atlantis. We think about how they were messing around with nuclear and all kinds of technology. We don't really know what happened. And I mean, any one of us can go channel 1,000,005 entity beings. It's all, again, perspective. So we don't really know exactly what went down, but what went down went down. And they got eradicated. And many of us are the reincarnations of what was happening in Atlantis. So are we going to head to that again? Is that going to be allowed if we're in a simulation? It could be. Only time will tell, and that time is ticking slowly, but I don't give credence to any of this shit. Because yes, we did zip into another timeline. I absolutely believe that. There is the multiverse. There is pockets of space that we, our scientists are, again, you go to a university. If you watch Jim Brewer's, I really highly recommend it. If you need a good laugh and this is making you nervous, go watch Jim Brewer, his new comedy. I died laughing. I needed it. I needed that laugh so bad. So yeah, we look at Atlantis and we look at where we are right now. Are we repeating Atlantis? Do we have to do everything twice? Does everything have to happen twice to unfuck ourselves? Who knows? That could be the case. Because if you think about every war that has occurred has already transpired twice. One in a past, one in a modern time. What are we going through right now? It's like the Civil War. It's also like Vietnam. It's also like every other freaking war that we've been dragged into. I'm going to show you pictures now, and it's going to be fun. Here we see the Hadron Collider. A sciencey dude in there. Can't be safe. I mean, this is where the world's money is going. And it's allowed. Oh, we're going to get to that. I know a few of you are already thinking about the statue, and we're going to get there. Everything is miles underground. Oh, what do I see here? 6, 6. A lot of 6s. Yep. 666. Oh, the famous picture. Why the hell is that in front of a particle collider? I thought science and religion don't mix. Like world opinion. I mean, it mixes for me because it's all one and the same. But you know, normal thinking people maybe don't think that religions of ancient past and science go together. But they do, but they don't, but they do. And this was a circus sideshow act that happened in front of them. Fake sacrificial slaughtering of the human being in front of CERN. Yes, that statue actually is still there from my knowledge. The really funny thing it breaks down to 17. So this is the actual collider right here. And they're trying to build another freaking one. Any of my sacred geometry people could map this out, like, because there's another little guy here and then there's another little guy there. I'm curious if anybody knows any of the geometric configurations to that. Huh. Very interested in that. So I went on Reddit. Can't help myself. Can't. I'm going to read a little bit from a person who posted u/northeast_homestead. CERN destroyed the universe in 2012. I stumbled across this theory recently, and I can't help but notice the lack of coverage on this. Literally zero YouTube videos about it, not even the obvious crackpots. The theory basically states that CERN either killed us all and we're in some sort of purgatory, or they shifted us into an alternate universe when trying to discover the Higgs boson, aka the God particle. The article I found years ago was about the world's smartest kid being 100% convinced that CERN shifted us into another dimension in 2012. But I can't even find the article anymore. It has been purged off the web of anything, and it's been hidden. In fact, if you search it, most articles that appear strongly oppose the idea that CERN could do this. But from what I have found, even Hawking's warned against the Higgs boson. Essentially, those who argue that the LHC at CERN may have shifted us into an alternative universe point to all the crazy shit that has happened since 2012. The fact that some ancient cultures seem to believe the end was coming in 2012, and that also that most all whistleblowers involved in Montauk mentioned that they could never travel past 2012 when time traveling, as if there was no future after 2012. Interesting stuff, but it seems to have slowly disappeared off the web. Really hoping to find someone who has done some research on this. Added to add, this could also explain the Mandela effect. Yeah. That's interesting. Very interesting. Seems like I have like 58 million neighbors on my right and my left side. So I'm sorry if you're picking up a lot of people, but my air conditioning isn't working. So on Telegram from the real Kim Shady site, some factoid. I don't know if these are facts, but I find it very interesting. CERN is named after the Celtic god Cinerus. Julius Caesar equated him to Dis Pater, the Roman god of death and the underworld. CERN's headquarters displays the deity Shiva, god of destruction and recreation. Shiva is the Hindu avatar that parallels Nimrod, who built the Tower of Babel. The rings on CERN's Hadron Collider mirror the spiral rings of Saturn. In the occult, Saturn is the dark sun and prison planet of the fallen angels. CERN was built upon the Temple of Apollyon. It is believed that CERN's mission is to unleash Apollo and the fallen angels from the abyss to make war with God. As if that's not already happening. I thought that was interesting. Like, there's already been a war on like religion, because religion is really Satanism. I mean, there's a lot of evidence starting to come out about religion. I'm not here to bash anybody that's listening that has religion and believes in it. That's fine. I'm not here to do that. But there's a lot of people researching this topic, and it's coming to a very iffy, skittish, eeps kind of taste. So this is interesting. Karishma Roe, an analyst, wrote, I have the site somewhere. The European Council for Nuclear Research, best known as CERN, has announced that they are ready to restart their Large Hadron Collider, LHC, as the organization does so on the 10th anniversary of the Higgs boson particles discovery. Many are linking the latest accelerator to the Netflix Stranger Things. According to space.com, the LHC is the most powerful and biggest particle accelerator in the world that is located in Switzerland's CERN. The project has been a work in progress for 3 years, and the third run of the LHC is expected to take place on Tuesday, July 5th, 2022. The European organization announced on its website, oh my goodness. I can't. I need to move now. Quote, the Large Hadron Collider is ready to once again start delivering proton collisions to experiments, this time at an unprecedented energy of 13.6 TeV. CERN mentioned on its website that scientists will study the properties of the matter under extreme temperature and density. Andreas Hochler, a spokesperson for CERN Atlas collaboration, said that the Higgs boson interactions with other particles and forces will be measured with unprecedented precision. They added, we'll further our research for Higgs boson decays to dark matter particles, as well as searches for additional Higgs boson. Why are netizens connecting CERN's LHC project to Stranger Things? Some netizens are convinced that the organization is trying to open a new dimension with the particle acceleration project. Many are saying that a real-life Stranger Things situation could take place soon. For those unaware, Netflix Stranger Things plotline, the show revolves around a scientific experiment gone wrong, resulting in a new portal called the Upside Down Beginning opened. This alternate dimension is filled with eerie and dangerous creatures that manage to find their way into reality. Although the LHC will be making new energy records during its July 5th collision, they are not planning to open new portals, as many Stranger Things conspirators assume. With the LHC not planning to open new portals, they also not allowing any extraterrestrial creatures or demons into the world. Funny. A few tweets where people linked a LHC's latest project to Stranger Things include, oh, and it just went into like a bunch of YouTube videos. I don't watch Stranger Things. Actually, when I was working in my career that got taken away from me, one of the mothers, I'm not going to say the name because I don't want to get yelled at or in trouble. I had one of the daughters in my kindergarten class. Yep. Actress. Stranger Things. Had the daughter. Very, very nice person. So, I mean, at the end of like just reading through a few of these things and understanding like what possibly could have happened in 2012, could that happen again? Will it happen? Are we not protected? Are we, you know, nothing can stop what is coming? Are we winning? Like if we already won and this movie is just playing out, I mean, if they open up a portal and we portal through the aqueous matrix and we end up where we're really supposed to have been all along, cool shit. I don't really think that they're going to allow that to happen. The alliances on all parts and points in the world. If it is not loud, I'll try to do a meditation for everybody. I don't have music, unfortunately, but I do have a singing bowl that I'll try to see if it works, and walk everybody through a guided meditation so that while we can pick up our energy and like put a positive spin on everything. And I do believe that we do need to anchor our energy. The energies, I mean, already on the Schulman resonance, there was a blackout the other day. Things are going on in the world right now. There's a lot of, try to stay home. Or just be very mindful where you are tonight. It's very important that we understand this is also a very big occult holiday. And that we can't feed fear. So I want everybody to have a really good time today. I want everybody to stop worrying. I believe we're going to be fine. We're going to go on about our lives tomorrow and nothing's going to change. I mean, I have a lot of errands to do, so nothing better happen. And if it does happen, then everything shuts down and I don't have to pay my bills. And I don't have to go like in a can machine for an hour and a half feeding cans and go in a Coinstar. That's my day. And then returning cable boxes and other fun stuff. But I want everybody to be aware that we can't sit in fear. We can't allow to manifest these stupid agendas and these stupid things because they are stupid. Yeah, they already have affected us. Now we have to get into the mind frame of beating it and knowing that all of the races that I said were good are here. They're upstairs. They're helping us. They wouldn't allow this stuff to happen. They haven't allowed a nuclear or an atomic weapon to go off since they went off in the 50s. Yeah, people did some stuff in the middle of deserts and stuff, but again, we don't really know how true and accurate all of that is. We've been deceived on so many levels and we've been lied to on so many levels that we have to start really focusing on our future and our future for our, I don't have children, but I would like the future generations to succeed. I would like to live the rest of my days out in a better situation. I think a lot of us 70s, 80s, and 90s babies are owed a lot. We've been through a hell of a lot, and a lot of that stuff wasn't even our faults. We signed up to be here to change and to make a difference in the world, and here we are, and this is our chance. So let's put a positive spin on everything. I'm hoping I can do a nice meditation to help everybody. I don't think I can do it anytime now. It's so loud out. And it didn't even start the fireworks. They were all last night too. They're really pretty. Morgan enjoys them. She gets scared and then she looks really cute. And then she's like, ooh, colors. She's sleeping over here. I really just want to like push home that let's think positive. Let's put the trajectory of Earth, our future, into a positive spin. You know, even I am in a really bad situation right now, and I'm trying to think of the positive. I'm trying to think of my future. I'm trying to think of how happy I'm going to be once everything is done. And that I'm going to be okay, and that things are going to come into my purview, that I'm going to have a better life. And I can only think those terms and try to push through the hell that I'm going through right now. And I suggest all of us do the same. No matter where we are in the world, the rest of the world is having hell in a handbasket as well. And it's time that we understand it's in our control. We need to really all come together and as a collective and stop buying into these predictive programming. I wouldn't watch Stranger Things if it comes out today. I wouldn't watch it. You're giving consent to what they want. Go outside, have a beer, have a hamburger, if you're have a salad. Enjoy the weather. It's not bad out. Enjoy your family, your neighbors. Be really safe if you're going to parades. And if you're going to fireworks tonight, please be very, very mindful and careful. And if you have a gut instinct, use it. Okay. Sending each and every one of you love and light. Please be safe today. We're going to reclaim this country back in America, and that's going to ripple effect to the rest of the world. Don't let CERN bother you. Let's hope that if they do something ridiculous, that it zips us into the right space-time, because they're all going down anyway. So with that, I hope everybody has an incredible weekend. Well, week now. You can't stress it enough to be safe. Positive thoughts. Get outside in nature. I was out a little while before all my neighbors decided to congregate outside. And hopefully I will be able to do another reading today. We'll see. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye.